You ever just want one shiny Pokemon, but then you find yourself in an epic battle to save the world from destruction caused by time and space colliding? No? Well, that's what happened to me. When I found out you could get shiny Enamorus by transferring every Pokemon from the Hisuian Pokedex into Pokemon Home, I thought, now this has got to be one of the easiest shinies ever. I mean, I had the shiny charm in Pokemon Legends Arceus, which means I already have completed the Pokedex and all I had to do was transfer over the Pokemon. Sounds simple, sure, except for one small issue. After transferring every Pokemon I had in the game, I discovered that I was missing a few crucial Pokemon. I was missing Porygon, Porygon 2, Phione, and the dark mythical Pokemon Darkrai. Now 3 of those I can still catch in my current save, but Darkrai? That's a one-time encounter and somehow I traded or lost mine as it wasn't anywhere to be found. Not in the game, not in home, nowhere. So the only way to get him back is to start the entire game over. Yep, this is going to be an entire journey. We began our journey the way all great journeys begin, waking up in the void, being gaslit by Arceus, and catching 3 Pokemon for a strange man standing over us at the beach. Honestly, felt like coming home. Pokemon Legends Arceus is one of my favourite Pokemon games of all time, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I picked Cyndaquil this time because, let's be real, Hisuian Typhlosion is criminally underrated. This was going to be our partner to the end, right through this whole journey, and would lead us to save Sinnoh. I'll keep the details to the journey of the main story brief, as I'm sure most of you will all be aware of the main story, but also avoiding too many spoilers. But still, here's your spoiler warning. But in all honesty, how is a spoiler warning necessary? How have you not played this masterpiece yet? After helping out the professor with the starters, we were introduced to Silene and the commander back in Jubilife Village, who would accept us into the Survey Corps. With our newly acquired Pokedex in hand from the professor, it was time to get to work and begin to discover the Pokemon within the region and catch some new teammates. We made our way to the Obsidian Fieldlands and learnt the ropes before being able to set out on our own and fill the Pokedex. At the same time, we were made to help out the Diamond Clan by defeating our first alpha Pokemon, Kricketune. We are also told about the frenzied Pokemon KLEAVOR and become aware of the overarching storyline of the noble Pokemon will need to help throughout the region in order to please almighty Sinnoh and get rid of the rift in the sky. We made our way far into the Obsidian Fieldlands where we met Leon, who was part of the Pearl Clan and watched over KLEAVOR, the Lord of the Woods. He let us know about the frenzied Pokemon and we worked with the team to craft bombs, which we can use to defeat the Pokemon. After a long battle of dodging and throwing food, we managed to save the day and free KLEAVOR from its frenzy. We reported to the commander, who let us know there was a similar situation going on in the Crimson Mirelands. Here we are told that Ursaluna may be frenzied, but aren't really sure about how to find Ursaluna, let alone help it. After helping Ursaluna's warden find pieces of a wall, which were stolen by bandits, she takes us to see Ursaluna, who we find out isn't frenzied. However, we do end up finding out that Ursaluna was a bit moody as they got too close to the actually frenzied LILIGANT. After creating some food bombs again, suited to the ballet Pokemon this time, we were able to also help calm her down too. And we done all of this while adding a whole bunch of new Pokemon to our Pokedex. The commander now let us know that people are being attacked by a shadowy figure in the Cobalt Coastlands and sends us to investigate. There were no nobles here in this part of the region, but there was still a mystery to solve. We find out that the shadowy figure is seen on a lone island that is not readily accessible to us right now, and that we would need to find our next ride Pokemon, Basculegion. After becoming friends with the Basculegion, we were now able to venture over the water and, more importantly, to the island. But just as this happens, the bandits appear and steal one of the local wardens' Hisuian Growliths and take it to the island. We give chase, and a battle with the bandits ensues. And in defeat, they turn their attention to the stolen Growlith's little brother and prepare to attack it with all their Pokemon right before it evolves into an Arcanine, becoming the noble Pokemon of the Cobalt Coastlands. And right when everything seems right, lightning comes from the rift and frenzies the new noble Arcanine. With balms in hand, we take on this absolute beast, and I definitely would still say this is one of the hardest nobles to defeat. After setting things right in the Cobalt Coastlands, we are told of a frenzied Electrode currently in the Coronet Highlands. We are faced with two obstacles on the way to this battle. One, the Electrode's warden doesn't think that we're strong enough to take it on, and kinda thinks the frenzy is a gift even though it's hurting the noble Pokemon. And two, the Coronet Highlands are a very vertical terrain, and by that I mean there are a lot of cliffs and there's no real way for us to proceed. We end up befriending our next ride Pokemon here, Sneasler, who can pop us in a basket on their back and climb the cliffs for us. And as for Electrode's warden, this was nothing that a few whoopings in battle couldn't fix. And once both obstacles were faced, it was time to face our next noble Pokemon. After a tough but quick battle with Electrode, we were able to free them from their frenzied state. Also, by this time I have practically created the team I would take to the end of the story, so here they are. The commander tells us about the final frenzied noble Pokemon, AVALUGG, and lets us know that it is quite a big Pokemon. He is just a big, thick noble. Anyway, we head out to the Alabaster Iceland for a quick game of tag with Nokimon, who then ends up helping us befriend Hisuian Braviary, who gives us the ability to fly. And now it was time to face the final noble. I was on my way towards the AVALUGG battle, and that's when something happened. Did you guys hear that? Oh, there we go. We've finally got a shiny. Wait, where's he gone? There is no way. It changed tonight and I think he's gone. He's gone. The first shiny of the run. And bro just noped out. Why didn't I see him before? Right, well, first shiny and we failed it. I thought I was supposed to be a shiny hunter. A wild, shiny Barbarrel appeared out of nowhere. My first shiny on this new save. And in a single moment, night fell and he was lost forever. Barbarrel just vanished. I was devastated, but we couldn't stop now. We still had a whole region to save. After a painful battle with AVALUGG, we managed to quell the frenzied beast and bring order back to the world. We made our way to Jubilife Village for a well-earned rest. But in the middle of the night, something happened. The sky turned red, the music got dramatic, and we got exiled from Jubilife Village. At this point, I needed hope. I needed something to work towards. So I'm setting a challenge. If we hit 800 subscribers by October, I'll do a 12-hour live stream of Legend ZA on release day. No breaks, no mercy. Just me, Megas, and poor life decisions. So if you're enjoying this journey, hit the sub button and get ready for the final ride. With all the nobles calmed and us exiled to the various lands, we were forced to figure out what was happening to the world. We came to find that there was a beast named Palkia that we needed to defeat at the top of Mount Coronet using a red chain given to us by the Lake Trio. However, when we attempted to use the red chain, it shattered. Being the absolute beast that I am, I still defeated Palkia nonetheless and caught the legendary Pokemon. Next up was Dialga, and after another grueling battle with this legendary in its origin form nonetheless, we were finally able to catch it and restore peace to the world. And with the game finally beaten, we could dive into our true purpose here and catch the 4 Pokemon we needed. First up, Phione. Tracking down this Pokemon was wild. You have to have certain Pokemon in your party, wait until the evening, ride through a huge rock hoop, and sing a lullaby. Okay, maybe not that last part, but it sure felt like we were supposed to. Eventually though, after meeting all the requirements, I added Phione to the dex and took another Manaphy while I was at it. Next up was Porygon and Porygon 2, both of which only spawn in space-time distortions in the Crimson Mirelands. And if you have ever tried any sort of hunt in space-time distortions, you know how patient you have to be with these. Nonetheless, it wouldn't take too long for one to spawn, and we managed to get both our targets in one hit. Then it was time for the big one, to find Darkrai. To find Darkrai, you needed to have a save file and Brilliant Diamond, which I did. You would then get a special request to go investigate a creepy mythical Pokemon. Seeing Darkrai in this game again was amazing, and I promised myself I wouldn't lose this one. With that, Darkrai was caught and the Pokedex was complete. I booted up Pokemon Home and transferred over the new Pokemon, finally completing the Hisuian dex. Alright, here's the Pokedex, and oh, here we go. Brilliant, we're one step closer to fulfilling my dream of creating a grand Pokedex. Wow. I see you've registered every single Pokemon in the Hisui Pokedex. You were most certainly the right one to entrust with this monumental task. Look at his hair. I love his hair. Absolutely brilliant. I hope you keep up the fantastic work. Alright, here we go. Finally. It only took completing a whole game for us to get this. So, like, it better be worth it. Okay, check mystery gifts. Where's mystery gifts? Is it in the menu? Yeah, here we go, And mystery gift. Oh, and there it is. Right in front of our eyes. Claim that. Yes. Oh, and that's it. Okay, we don't get any sort of visual. We'll go check it out though. It'll be in here. And it'll be... oh, there it is. There it is. Wow, look at that. We'll take it over to the game and we'll have a proper look. Okay, here we go. Here is your regular Enamorus, and here is the shiny. Wow, okay, it actually does look really good, to be honest. Like, the orange is super sick. I do like when shinies go pale. Like, I think that's a cool shiny. Yeah, I like this. Damn, yeah, look at that. Okay, non-shiny. And shiny. Yeah, that is cool. That is a good shiny. The little orange flippers. Look at his little orange flippers. Do they have little mustaches as well? It's pretty funny. Yeah, that's a good shiny. That's a good shiny. I like. A brutal hunt, a failed barrel, and a full replay of an entire game, but we did it. This was one of the most intense Pokemon journeys I've done in a while. All this for one shiny, but what a shiny to go after. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more shiny challenges, hunts, or just general Pokemon chaos, check out the playlist at the end of this video. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.